Today, we are going to install the new DRT Motorsports CAX3FD1 ABS fenders. These fenders fit the 2017 Plus CanAm X3 2 and 4 door models. Install time is about 45 minutes to an hour. Can be installed by yourself, but easier with a friend. With a difficulty level of beginner, but crossing over into intermediate. Tools needed for this job are a 3/8 ratchet, a 12mm socket, a T30 Torx socket, a 5/16 drill bit, and hand drill, a 3 and 4mm Allen wrench, a rib nutsert tool, and don't forget your safety glasses. So, gather the tools, and let's install. Let's start by using a T30 Torx socket, and remove the 4 fender bolts shown here. When replacing the 2 upper bolts, replace the bolts with the appropriate fender mounting bracket. Small bracket in the forward position, and the larger bracket in the rear position. Some adjustments may be necessary when fitting the fender. Do so, then tighten both brackets. Not a necessary step, but we like to remove a small piece of the plastic around the mounting holes, so it doesn't get trapped between the bolt and the fender when removing. Next, using a 3mm Allen wrench, install the supplied hardware into the 2 upper brackets. Now, reinstall the 2 front T30 Torx bolts, and tighten down. All this will hold the fender in place for the next steps. Next, using a 5/16" drill bit and power drill, drill 2 holes into the body panel, using the fender holes as guides. Then, remove the fender so it is out of the way when installing the 2 nutserts. Now, slightly make the holes a little bigger for nutsert installation. Using a nutsert tool, install the supplied nutsert hardware into the body panel as shown. DRT offers an optional nutsert tool hardware kit that you can purchase with the fender kit if needed. You may have to use a little force when placing in the panel. You want the nutsert to fit snugly before crimping down in place. If you have never installed a nutsert before, there are many videos out there on the proper way to do this. Do a quick search and teach yourself before attempting this step. Now that the nutserts are in place, reinstall the fender as you did before, and tighten all hardware down. Use a 4mm Allen wrench to secure the 2 nutsert bolts.
Looks like you are done. Peel the plastic off and repeat the process
on the other side. Now onto the rear fenders. Let's start by using the T30 Torx socket and removing the 5 bolts along the top of the OE fender. The 2 forward bolts can be tricky to remove, as accessing the nuts on the backside of the fender is extremely tight on space. Then, remove the 1 bolt securing the rear of the fender. This bolt is accessible on the underside of the bodywork. The front bolt is hidden behind the bodywork. You will have to remove the door to access this bolt. To do this, remove the 2 upper hinge mount bolts with a 13mm socket. Slide the door off the lower hinge pin. Then, if you have the stock doors with a limit strap, have a buddy hold the door out of the way, while you remove the 2 bolts holding the body panel in place. Now, pull the plastic away from the vehicle to access the blind bolt, and remove it. Next, remove the fender and set it aside. We like to remove the protective plastic coating around the mounting points, as it is not easily removed after the hardware is tightened down. Next, line the fender up with the bodywork and start by installing the rear bolt first. Then, work your way forward, reinstalling the 5 factory hardware nuts and bolts. Align properly against the bodywork and hand tighten as you go. Again, space is tight behind the 2 forward mounting locations. Be patient and squeeze in there the best you can. Now, using a 12mm wrench to hold the backing nut, tighten down the factory hardware. Next, the forward bolt will have to be drilled to install a nutsert. Hold the fender tight against the bodywork and using a 5/16 drill bit, drill through both the fender and the bodywork as shown here. This can be done with the door in place. Next, let's move down to the bottom of the fender. Using the hole as a guide, drill through the bodywork. Then do the same thing on the underside of the fender as shown here. Now, install the nutsert in the bodywork the same way as we did on the front fenders. Install the supplied hardware using a 4mm Allen wrench in all 3 locations you just finished drilling. tightened down so they are nice and secure. Then, remove the plastic coating from the fender. Now, repeat the steps on the other side and you're good to go. Congrats, that completes your DRT ABS fender install. Now that really changes the look of your CanAm. With some added protection, you have further coverage from the elements around you, while clean aggressive lines make your ride look good. Until we meet on your next DRT install, be safe out there. If you have any questions during your installation, don't hesitate to contact us via phone or email. We are here to help.